Welcome, it's your friendly neighborhood Badger here, and I'm back to talk about Lightning Tendrils. You can probably see a big smile on my face. That is because this build is working. It's working way better than I even expected. It's a really good feeling when a theory craft plays out in actuality. And honestly, this build is seeming like it's going to be an extremely strong one. Now, it does have a little bit of a barrier of entry. If you saw my last video, we were talking about the Shaper of Flames duels, and that kind of carries how this build functions. I'll talk about those duels and everything, but right before that, you guys want to see some content of this actual character. We're going to talk about everything after I run a map. As I'm running the map, I'm going to talk about what we're doing, but this is the character right here. We're just going to jump into a a tier 13, I think this one is, Atoll map. On a character that's level 78, it's got some relatively scuffed gear. Well, some of it's scuffed, some of it's quite good. You know, we are using a 6-link, well, a double 6-link right here for arc for clear and lightning tendrils for single target, but I am still using a tabular, and basically the rest of the gear, apart from the gull, it's pretty good helmet right here. Basically, the rest of the gear is like life and resistances, you know, and then also using the black flame coupled with the cultist for the clear. So the big thing is Profane Bloom from Occultist and Shaper of Flames, meaning that we can do exactly what you saw there. Sorry about the graphical glitches right now, because my computer's struggling a little bit with loading into maps. I'm sure, you know, a lot of people are like that at the moment. But as you can see, the Profane Bloom plus the Shaper of Flames, you know, explodes, and then ignites, and then explodes, and then ignites. You can see it on that pack, you can see it on this one here, you can see it on this next one here. It just explodes through all, and then, you know, I can use the gull to pick up this thing right here, which is very nice. So, defensively, we're using Grace, and we're using Determination. We're using Block. We're using ES Block on Spell Block. ES Recovery on Spell Block, and Life Recovery on Attack Block from the Mastery. We are using Recoup Life from the tree. There's a bunch of stuff going on here. So, you know, I do have a bunch of shrines here, so what I'm actually going to do for the boss is take these shrines off, just so you can actually see how it functions. But this is basically how the gull works as well right here. It's an extremely fun and strong helmet. So let's just jump into the boss right here. I'll take these off. You can right-click on them on the top here to actually get them off. But we can jump into the boss right here. I'm just going to clear the mobs right there. So big thing about this is because we're using Black Flame, we no longer scale things like flammability and, you know, fire exposure. We scale things like lowering the enemy's chaos res, and that's done through things like Wither. Wither totems are really important for things like that, as well as Despair, as well as the Occultist Ascendancy node right here, Void Beacon. So what we want to be doing is making sure these totems are putting Wither on the enemy, and then we just, you know, basically sit there. We put the Ignite on for... I'm still just, like, so flabbergasted that this is working so well. There is one other thing I did forget to showcase and mention. Now, hopefully this works perfectly. It might not work perfectly, but you'll still be able to see exactly what's going on. This is the Shaper of Flames and the Profane Bloom Occultist combo right here. Now, just before we talk about this, I have almost no AoE scaling on the tree anyway. I have these two nodes right here. So that's, 20% increased area of effect. I have no real Ignite proliferation. I am using the Ignite Prolif Jewel right here, although that doesn't actually prolif, like, out. It kind of sets Ignites on the ground. So, with these two combos, let's just see what a Legion Clear looks like when we use our Val Arc, alright? Val Ignite Arc. Almost everything popped. It was close. Oh, no, everything did pop. Never mind. Everything did pop, and then we can just use it again, and it should pop everything around us. Oops, I did take a lot of damage there, but as you can see, that's the power of the combos right there. Pretty darn strong. Back to Badger. So yeah, we put the Ignite on the enemy from Lightning Tendrils, and it dies. That was a T13 boss on a level 78 character. Pretty scuffed gear. Well, I'm saying scuffed. Once again, yeah, there's still, you know, there's a lot of currency already in this build, but it's working. It's working wonders. This already, I can tell, is going to be doing all the content in the game, and I'm very excited to do that. So, let's just talk through how everything does work on this build, because I did mention about the Shaper of Flames duels. So, Shaper of Flames Forbidden Flesh allocation, and Shaper of Flames Forbidden Flame allocation. This is meaning that all of our damage is igniting and all of our hits ignite. All of our damage can ignite and has basically 100% ignite chance. This means that lightning tendrils can now ignite. You know, any damage that we do, if we have fire damage, lightning damage, chaos, cold, physical, it doesn't matter. It's going to ignite. And so you can see right here on this, I've got some flat physical, I've got some fire, and I've got lightning damage right there as well. We are using Martyr of Innocence because it has so much increased fire damage, which scales ignite. It's got flat fire damage and Battle Mage, which is giving flat fire damage, a lot of flat fire damage to Lightning Tendrils. And Lightning Tendrils has a really, really good damage effectiveness for a fast hitting skill like this. The damage effectiveness you can't see on the skill because it's 100%. Now, if you saw the last video, you also know that we're using Phantasmal Lightning Tendrils. Phantasmal Lightning Tendrils gives extra damage on the stronger pulses. Lightning Tendrils works in a way it's got 3 weaker pulses, then 1 stronger. So as you're channeling, it's like 3 weaker, so da-da-da, and then 1 stronger. Da-da-da, boom, da-da-da, boom, da-da-da, boom. Phantasmal Lightning Tendrils means that all of the weaker ones deal 34% less damage, but then the stronger pulses deal 775% more damage because of all of the quality that we've got. Once again, using Ashes of the Stars to give 26% quality of all skill gems. And you'll notice that if you actually plot out all of the graph right here, because the less damage is also applying to that more damage, that 4th shot right there. So we've got kind of like a quadratic curve that right at the top of that curve is where you get the most damage, and then it starts to go down the more quality that you get. 46% quality is the optimal damage. Once you get to 47, you lose about, maybe 0.5%. You have like maybe 0.5 less damage, and then it goes down, then it starts going down steeper. So scaling any more quality from this is a bad idea, but this does mean that we can scale the Ignite. Sorry if you've watched the last video and that's a repeat, but for anyone watching new, that's exactly how it works. As I did talk about, we're using the Black Flame because Occultist is really good at scaling chaos, negative chaos res just through the one node right here on the Occultist tree. Void Beacon. Nearby enemies have negative 20 to chaos resistance. Now you notice also I'm just on Merc Lab. I don't even have my my Uber Lab right here either. Uber Lab is probably going to be Withering Presence, but it might be Malediction here as well. I'm not actually quite sure. If I want more defenses, Withering Presence is great. If I want more offense, Malediction is really, really good. We're using the Cluster Jewel right here with Burning Bright Saddest. I still need to figure out exactly how I'm going to be applying all of these, but I'm definitely going to be applying, Chilled, Shocked, and Ignited. Burning Bright and Blowback on one of the clusters, and then Circling Oblivion and Burning Bright on the other. I do want to switch this around. Hopefully I want to get one that has, I can't remember the one that's like Recover Life and ES when you kill an ignited enemy. That's the kind of one that I want right here. An Intuitive Leap picking up Mystic Bulwark, Enigmatic Defense, Deep Thoughts, and Infused Flesh for the damage recoup. And then also I want to be picking up Skittering Runes for increased effect of my curses, just to give a little bit more power right there. Obviously we're taking Elemental Overload, skills that deal a critical strike. For something like Lightning Tendrils, it hits a lot, and we do deal critical strikes quite a lot, and so we usually have LE Overload up on that. Damage over time mastery, Acrimony for increased skill effect duration and duration of elements on enemies, and then picking up Holy Fire, Purity of Flesh, Sovereignty for our mana. Once this build actually is online, I'll also be using Malevolence, but I'm not even using Malevolence yet. It is literally just Grace and Determination right now, and then, a Clarity. Then also picking up the Staff Mastery, the Recover on block, and right now our block should be, where are we? Where's our defense block? Wait, where is block? I can't find it. Chance to block, 48 and 24. If I do want to bump that up, I can take Glancing Blows right here, which then will put me into, well, actually, if I put that right there, it puts me into 75 or 96 and 48. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how, or if this is the good way to go about it, whether we do use Glancing or not, but I'll play around a little bit like that. Now, we're also using Corrupted Soul to give 15% of our life as extra maximum energy shield. The reason we want to do that is because of the life and energy shield recovery right here for the Staff Mastery. This basically just gives us a lot more effective health. And then Divine Shield as well is the other reason. So right here and right here, you cannot with Divine Shield, you cannot recover energy shield to above your armor, but you do get 3% of physical damage prevented from hits recently regenerated as energy shield per second. So you stack, you know, a lot of armor, you prevent physical damage, then you get energy shield regen. All of that kind of defense works in together. For the chest piece, I'm probably going to be going with a rare chest piece, and then using one of the Eldritch mods, the Recoup mod right there, and then hopefully getting, you know, another Recoup mod on a better ring, and then getting close to 40 to 50% recoup of life from damage taken, which will be very, very, very strong to the build, basically. It'll be really, really nice. In the future, I am just trying to basically, you know, get more levels to get more damage. The gems themselves, you can see level 13, no quality. Level 17, no quality. Level 15, no quality. Level 17, no quality. And then there's this one right here, is an Awakened Deadly Ailments, because I did have that in my stash. But, yeah, the rest of the stuff right here, pretty bad. The only thing is a level 21 Phantasmal Lightning Tendrils here. Obviously, that's going to be dealing a lot of the damage. So, I'm going to level the rest of the build. Come watch me live, twitch.tv/thisisbadger if you're interested in the build. But yeah, that's basically me signing off for this video right here. I'm extremely proud of how this is going. Yeah, that's that's it. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, we're gonna scale this into the end game and see what Lightning Tendrils can do. I think if you use it just for single target, it's extremely awesome because it's a channeling skill. If you're doing hit-based, you do have to make sure your defenses are fine. But if you're doing an ignite-based, you kind of need to stand there for half a second, proc the ignite, and then walk around for 6, 7, 8 seconds. It feels good to be back on Ignite. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and until next time, Badger is out.